Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners. Best Cord Cutting TV, Before It's Tax Preparation, Bravo's Restaurant Bar, Casa Samtonieta Ingielapa, El Rey Lounge de Versalles, Joint Boutique Hotel and Co-work, Montzon Brewing Company, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Owners Reps Puerto Vallarta, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. This is our morning get-together live here on Facebook, live here on YouTube, where we take a look at what's going on in our city, our state, and our country. We take a look at what you bring to the table, and we combine all this information and put it to good use as a community of English-speaking locals living here in Puerto Vallarta. And, of course, today is September 15th. Today we celebrate our independence. Today and tomorrow, we've unpacked that. We've explained it, and we'll talk a little bit about what to expect today and tomorrow again, in case you're in town and you're wanting to connect with, with the festivities. As always, please add a capital letter Q at the beginning of our broadcast. If you have any important questions, please add a capital letter N as in new if you would like a nice little friendly welcome from the cluster. So today we're going to talk about a couple of important Independence Day related items. We're going to talk about a Day of the Dead related item that I'm very excited about. And we're going to have a spotlight interview with our friend Pat Henry, who is restarting her organic select, not her organic select, her organic stretching. Organic select is something completely different. Pay no attention to me. Organic stretching classes. So we'll talk about that in a second. Let's get started with our headlines. So, as you know, we started the festivities over the weekend. And today, as we mentioned on Saturday, the party begins at 7 p.m. in the Malecón with mariachis. In front of El Faro, there's going to be a Mexican band playing at 9 p.m. The official Independence Day ceremony begins at 11 p.m. with fireworks 15 minutes after that. Then we have La Sonora Dinamita plays at 11:30 p.m. And then we have a DJ at 1 o'clock in the morning. This is all in El Malecón, so it's going to be rowdy and festive as it usually is. And then tomorrow morning's parade begins at 9 a.m., according to the news that I gathered. And of course, all this information comes attached to changes in traffic and street closing. So starting at 4 p.m. today, all southbound public transportation will only reach Peru Street in Cinco de Diciembre, right around the Ley store. 30 minutes later, vehicular traffic along Morelos Street will be shut down, with Juarez becoming a two-way street until the event is over after midnight. Then tomorrow morning, the public transportation modification will begin at 7 a.m., with downtown vehicular circulation closing at 7:30 a.m. Until the 9 o'clock parade is over. So this is what is going on in the city in terms of changes in traffic and circulation. Let us take a look at what our weather forecast has to say for this Monday morning. Want nice weather? Make it worth my fracking while. Well, I don't know about that. It's 30 degrees right now. It's 68% humidity out there, and our weather forecast tells us that today we can expect rain in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 61%, a high of 33 and a low of 25. Then tomorrow, Tuesday, scattered thunderstorms possible through the day, a chance of rain of 73%, a high of 32 and a low of 24. And Wednesday, rain in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 81%, a high of 31, and a low of 24. Okie dokie. So I want to remind you of something that brought a lot of joy to me. Not maybe last year, maybe the year before, I forget. But the Cardboard and Day of the Dead Fair in Guadalajara is one of the most anticipated events of the year. This is a space traditionally set up in Morelos Park. It's an outdoor mercado, a tianguis, where you can find all the necessary items to set up your own Day of the Dead altar, whether it's a small home production or a big production for your business. This is a fun outdoor mercado. It takes over half of a public park in Guadalajara. And according to the organizers, the Day of the Dead and Cardboard Festival will be available from October 7th to November 4th in downtown Guadalajara. This is a free admission adventure. So if you want to consider that, if you're in Guadalajara between October 7th and November 4th, this is a fun event that only happens during that month. And of course, today is Monday. I just want to give you a friendly reminder that today our friends at Vagabundas are doing their Asian menu. They usually have the Asian menu every day of the week, but not during the summer months. So if you're craving some Asian treats like Kung Pao chicken or Mongolian beef, Vagabundas is the place to go to tonight. And of course, now I have a spotlight interview with our dear friend Pat Henry. It is so exciting because I see people knocking on my door now with ideas for spotlight interviews that can be scheduled in the near future because, it's September and all of a sudden, before you know it, people start planning all their fall events. So just as a reminder, spotlight interviews are available for free for anyone that wishes to hop onto the spotlight and tells us about their products and services as they relate to the Puerto Vallarta experience. If you have a great product, a great service, if you want to tell of an adventure that people can enjoy in town, we tape spotlight interviews on Wednesday afternoons at the Joint Boutique Hotel at 3 p.m. And here is the one that I recorded last week with our dear friend Pat Henry. I'll see you after the interview. Welcome back to the Spotlight. Today we welcome back a good friend of our broadcast and a good friend of mine, Pat Henry. What a pleasure to see you.
Likewise, Paco. It's nice to be back.
How is the summer treating you?
The summer's treating me pretty well. It's been warmer than usual, but that's okay. I like warm weather.
And what do you have to look forward to for the coming months?
In terms of what I'm doing.
In terms of just general life stuff. We'll get to what you're doing in a second.
Okay, well then that includes tango.
Oh, tell me more.
Well, our tango community is inching out a little bit, getting a little bigger. We're dancing back at the Rosita again.
At the Hotel Rosita?
Hotel Rosita.
Oh, wow.
On Friday evenings. And we've acquired a wonderful new male dancer. So a new leader, and he's a teacher, and he has his teaching program.
Oh, wow. So when does this, we were not going to talk about this.
I know.
This is like great news as well.
I thought you'd like it. Yeah.
Well, let's actually, as long as we're talking about tango, because a lot of people don't know this, but I mean, you've been dancing tango for many years, and there is a huge community of tango dancers here in Puerto Vallarta. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, the tango community has changed. I've been here 20 years. So right after Al and Barbara Garvey came,
yes,
I was one of that initial group. And then it kind of dwindled, and with COVID and everything, and it regenerated, and it's far more a local community. There are many more Mexicans dancing. And we're finally stepping out and letting the world know we're here again.
So have you been doing gatherings, milongas, or are you about to start them again?
Well, no, we've been doing them, but they've been tiny.
Uh-huh.
And we also have added a class. I love this class. It's on Thursdays from 3 to 5 at Mia Dance Studio.
Okay.
And that's run by Andrea Jimenez. She's a professional dancer. And she really focuses on the technique.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And other people focus on steps and some on technique. And it's good we have both. So
How wonderful.
I know. So it's exciting.
How can people connect?
We have a Facebook page.
Okay.
And there's about 3 or 4 Facebook pages. I think our name is the longest, and I'm one of the administrators, and I don't remember what the name is. It's like Moangas and Puerto Vallarta something.
I will. Oh, that's helpful, Pat.
Well,
No, I will look for it. I will look.
I know I didn't come prepared to talk about
No
it.
worries, no worries. But I think it's a great way for people to connect with something they're passionate about, or to discover something they might be passionate about that they perhaps didn't know they had an opportunity to enjoy here in Puerto Vallarta.
Yes, that's the thing. And now with that Facebook page, we hope that more people coming here, when they go online to say, well, can we take our tango shoes? Then they'll say, oh, good, they have tango.
Oh, wonderful.
You know, so that was a big piece of why we did that.
Well, this was not expected, but it's very much welcome. I love it. And what I'll do is, before you leave today, I'll make sure that we take a look at Facebook together.
Okay.
So we can find the exact page and we can let people know if you want to dance tango, if maybe you're a newbie, maybe you're experienced, maybe you just want to go check it out. The gatherings, which are called milongas, right?
That's when it's just to dance.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a class. There is a class earlier that evening, but this is where we go to dance.
So what's happening at Hotel Rosita on Fridays, is that going to be a class or is that going to be a milonga?
It's a class for 1 hour, and then it's the milonga.
Okay.
So the dancers that don't feel that class is, at their level, exactly, it's more for beginners. It's where you can go, oh, is that how you do that?
Excellent, excellent. Well, we're getting 2 interviews for the price of 1. I knew we wanted to talk about organic stretching,
Yes.
or I assume that's what we were going to talk about. So why don't we dive in? What's going on with organic stretching?
Well, it's a good link here. I'll just tell you one little thing.
Yes.
Organic stretching, like tango, is improvisational.
Oh.
And people don't realize tango is improvisational.
Fair.
But so is organic stretching. We let our bodies tell us what to do instead of, oh, let's see, she said, do this side and then do that side. I say, you don't have to. They're like 2 different lives. So anyway, that's a similarity. I'll stop with tango there.
Fair.
But what I'm here to tell you about is launching the pre-season. It's a chance to get ready for the big season. You want to be ready when all the things start happening, the big events, the parties, and all of that, so we can get our bodies in shape. And we kick off with a free class. So people can come without having to pay anything, and they can try some of the moves, get a feel, oh my goodness, that's easy to do and it doesn't hurt, and they can begin to experience it, ask questions, and so on. And I am going to teach 2 free classes. On September 29th, that's Monday, there's a class from 11 to noon, and then there's another class for the people that are available in the evening from 7 to 8.
Excellent.
So, and with that initial opportunity, a lot of people come away very surprised that it is something they could actually do. It doesn't demand that you are fit and everything before you get there.
So these are kind of like organic stretching open houses.
Well, Well, yes, you could call it that, but people do need to register because we have limited space,
How many people can you take for each session?
probably 10.
Okay.
So they want to get on it right away, and they can do that by calling either organic stretching or saunas. Saunas where we have our classes.
Fan.
And it's the most gorgeous, wonderful new place. I'm so excited about it.
That's wonderful.
It has a peaceful air about it. You know, we are looking at tall bamboo inside the building, and there's soft music playing,
Wonderful.
and it's really lovely, and it's air conditioned, making it very nice still for the next couple of months.
Now, let me ask a couple of questions just in case somebody that's watching has these questions. These are two opportunities to get a sense as to what organic stretching is all about before you start your session or series of paid for sessions that encompass a program. What happens if someone is not able to attend any of the two sessions? Is one able to join in the middle of a group of sessions, or is that not recommended or not possible?
Well, we do have a drop-in class price so that people, if they didn't get to the free ones, could come, but it isn't free anymore, and they can try. And there's not the big explanation that I do on the free class.
Okay.
But they can come and give it a try. They can, afterwards talk to the other students and say, what do you think? How's it working? And so on. So that's possible. They can also join. I can't do much about the classes they've missed. So that's
Of course.
a little bit too bad.
Yeah.
But we can do a half program price. So they could do half a program and get a special price for that.
And all this information, you sent me a web page that I can show people. No, you told me your Facebook page is more up to date.
Yes, use the Facebook page for this kind of information. My website has gloriously decided to come out of hiding.
Oh.
But some things don't work. So if you go in, you're not, all those things in the menu might not work.
Okay.
But I'm putting it out there because I wrote 2 really exciting articles in like 2015 or 16 about this magical system inside our body. Mm-hmm. If you look at the doctor's books and they show bones and they show muscles and what have you, and the rest of it, you go, what is that? Is it empty space? And that we hear, well, we're 70% water. Is that water just sloshing around in there? Well, it's connective tissue. And it's probably the least studied of all the systems in the body. Because the doctors, if they're going to go in, they just go, oh, let's get through all this stuff. That's what I'm looking for. And it's a muscle or a bone or a ligament or something. Muscles, bones, and ligaments are all evolved in connective tissue, incorporated or whatever. But anyway, we're talking about all that stuff. And so those 2 articles are kind of interesting.
They're on the website.
And they're on the website. One you'll like, it's about the music inside.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah, May Wan Ho she wrote about that, but I can't remember that I read it when I did this piece about the music inside.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So this is all very exciting, Pat.
I am always excited about organic stretching.
What are we missing? Is there anything else that people should know about this upcoming opportunity?
Well, I should tell them this. I was going to say you need to reserve a space, and you'll have the phone numbers to put on.
Yes.
Say, and dress comfortably like you would if you were going to a Tai Chi class. And bring a yoga mat. Some of the work we do is on the floor, and some of it we're on little stools. So, anyway, and the address is on
Palm Springs, right?
Yes, right. We're about 3 blocks from Plaza Caracol. So it's a little privada, a little sort of side alley-like.
Excellent.
Down to find sauna. So, and if your plans change after you sign up and you can't come, please call and tell us so we can let somebody else come. Now, what happens after that? We go into our, what I'm calling the preseason program.
Okay.
So it's a 2-month program because in organic stretching, there's all these elements to learn. So I broke it down. There's 16. In each class, we take one of those. So our first one is just learning how we move around the body, how we connect, and why it's the way it is, and so on. And the next one's something else. So it's ideal to be able to start at the beginning and get each class. There's 16.
There you go.
And they will start on October 6th. And the 16 classes, they'll end on, that's a Monday, and they'll end on Monday, December 1st, because there's a holiday,
Got it.
the 17th of November. And the schedule is the same. Their classes are at 11 to 12 and at 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. But it's Monday and Wednesday. It's twice a week. So people can register for that at any time. So that's the major thing that's happening. And if you bring a friend for the free class and then you both sign up, you each get 10% off of the cost of the whole program,
Oh, that's wonderful.
which is a nice savings.
That's nice to keep in mind.
Yeah. It would happen too if they didn't make it to the free class and they started the program and they brought somebody, they would still get the 10%.
Nice.
So anyway, those are the primary things. I'm going to have a couple workshops over the fall too, but I'll save that for later.
You can always come back whenever you want, Pat.
Okay.
It is always a pleasure to see you. And I look forward to sharing this information, and I hope you're very, very successful with your classes this fall.
I feel so positive and upbeat about this whole fall. And when people see that place that we're working, they're going to fall in love with it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Pat.
Thank you, Paco, for inviting me.
And I look forward to seeing you again soon.
I'll see what I can do about that. Okay. Have a great fall.
You too.
Thank you.
And that is our friend Pat Henry. Of course, when I get to be as young as she is, I hope I have at least half half the energy she has, because she is vibrant and so busy with all kinds of projects. And she has been ever since I met her, having been one of the first women, if not the first woman, I forget, to sail around the world by herself on her own little sailboat. And she wrote a whole book about it. But that seems like in a previous life. But I'm sure Pat would be so very happy to talk about that as well. Before we go into chit chat, just a quick reminder, speaking of having half the energy she has, we all need health and we all need wellness at some point. We all need a doctor, or we all need to check our habits as they relate to our body, how we take care of it, whether we stretch enough, whether we're eating the right things or not. And sometimes it can seem daunting to make the proper connections here in the city, which is why Feelgood Vallarta is coming in less than a month. Our health fair, our health event that my friend Stan and I are organizing. Stan, of course, of Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback. And this is going to happen at the Joint Boutique Hotel on Saturday, October 11. It is from 12 to 3. It is free to attend. And even though we're still looking for a few exhibitors, we're almost there. We've been getting some very interesting applications. So I'm excited about this. So I'm going to be talking a lot about it because we're getting closer, and I hope you will consider attending. There's going to be 3 ways to engage. There's going to be 12 exhibitors in the atrium, which I know can get a little loud and can get a little echoey. when there are a lot of people there, which is why for this event, the second way you can engage is by having a 15-minute one-on-one private consultation with any of the exhibitors. We have access to 3 small private offices that are located next to the atrium. So say you want to talk to exhibitor Joe, who is standing by their booth. All you have to do is go to the offices and it'll all be indicated. There'll be a person there. There'll be a traffic person who will show you whether there is room available or not. You'll be giving a little plastic card, and you go give that plastic card to the exhibitor of your choice, and the exhibitor of your choice comes to the office with you for 15 minutes so you can ask all your questions in a more quiet, more private environment. So that's booths, one-on-ones, and the third way you can engage is by attending one of the 4 or 5 mini conferences that we're going to have going through the event at the event center, which is where I usually do my music appreciation presentations. So you can talk to vendors at their booths, you can get a private consultation, or you can sit through a short mini conference where select presenters will be able to tell about their services. So I'm excited about this. Again, this is Feelgood Vallarta. We have a website, feelgoodvallarta.com, if you want to go and check out more information about the event. And now, let's see what you guys are up to. In case you haven't noticed, my chair is back into syncing. So I started the broadcast a little higher. Hold on. There you go. Maybe it's time to go to Costco using executive membership hours to get a new office chair. I see a lot of good mornings. Thank you very much for checking in, everyone. I very much appreciate that. And thank you for the good wishes for a great independence celebration. Yes, this is Mexico's Day. I'm excited to see our president, President Sheinbaum, doing her thing for the first time. Robert, does anyone have the address for getting Nayarit Placa near Paradise Village? Is that you who wrote me with this question yesterday? If that is, please confirm so that I don't have to ask about this tomorrow. Robert is looking for the place where you can get your license plates near Paradise Village. I think Lars, who just got a new car, had to relinquish his Nayarit license plates. Let me ask him, and I'll get back to you hopefully with some information. Or if somebody knows where this place is and you can provide an answer to Robert, it would be much appreciated. I read this during the interview. Logan had a chance to check the chef that produces chiles en nogada that was recommended by Bill from Barcelona Tapas, and they were a 10 out of 10. That's good to know. You should be able to find the number for him either through Bill or looking at our show notes. Shout out to our dear friend Jules. Of course, we're spreading the word for Vagabundas Versalles. We are huge fans. Laura says, I'm assuming most government offices closed. Will some shops close as well for Independence Day? No. Shops stay open today. They want to get as much business as possible because there are visitors in town. And there will be visitors in town through tomorrow as it is a long weekend. So I do expect that government offices will close, banks and such, but everybody else is pretty much in business as usual. Let's see what else we have. There's a new person. Hello, Mike. Everybody say hello to Mike. Mike and John in town visiting from San Francisco. Have been visiting for Puerto Vallarta for 25 years. Have been a long-time viewer of Coffee and Headlines. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And I hope you're enjoying your visit, Mike. Welcome to our live broadcast to you and to John. And I hope that your visit will be absolutely wonderful. Um, a small group of dear friends are in Mexico City this week, and I am envious. I know one of our mutual friends is in Mexico City. Our friend Julie Guerrero, who apparently found herself a place near El Zócalo in Mexico City to watch El Grito tonight. To watch El Grito in person from the Zócalo as the first woman president gives the address in Mexico ever. That I am envious in the best possible way. So there you have it. And with this, we are done with today's broadcast. I hope you found something important, helpful, useful, or funny today. If you did, please remember that everything we bring to the table is made possible by you through your contributions, your coffees, and your memberships, and through your loving, generous act of spreading the word. Every time you mention my name or Coffee and Headlines or the projects that we're involved in, it goes a long way to spread the word of the kind of Puerto Vallarta experience we are hoping to accomplish. Today is Monday. I have a couple of Feelgood Vallarta related interviews this afternoon. I'm talking to a couple of physicians, so I'm excited. And tomorrow morning, we'll be back for more coffee, more headlines, and more stories. Have an amazing Monday and have a great Mexican independence celebration. I'll see you tomorrow morning.